All right. Okay, we got time for one more, so let's end it with this one. And this is what it says. Is God quite literally the Word in John 1, 1 through 5? When we seek the Word and knowledge within it, he is, or is he like literally the wisdom we attain, question mark. That's kind of what I think this passage means, but I just want to know for sure. Hope that makes sense.
Okay. The past. I'm going to make this simple. There were philosophers that would take the word logos, and that's the word there in Greek, and make the logos kind of a creative principle in the universe, and so this has to do with Greek philosophy and that kind of thing.
Okay, so not to cut you off, but what's interesting about what you just said is that's happening today. A guy by Jordan Peterson who works for Daily Wire is taking the psychology and he uses the word logos to mean this force.
Right.
And then he defines it the way you just defined it. So it's happening today still.
Yeah. And he's getting that from Greek philosophy.
Right.
Yeah. And so there are guys who try to take off on that. I think it's probably much more simple than that. The word here is a title. It's a title that's given to the second person of the Godhead, Jesus. And so before he was the Son, he was the Word. And one of the things that you have with a word, and especially the word logos, is the whole idea of a word. A word is something that's spoken. So a word that I'm speaking words right now. And as I'm speaking these words, what's happening is I am revealing what's going on inside my head, what's going on inside my heart, so to speak. And you are seeing the inside of me at this point. If I'm speaking words that are true. If I'm speaking words that are false, you're still seeing the inside of me. And as soon as you find out that the words are false, what you're going to do is call me a liar. And if I was slandering somebody, I would be speaking words. And the fact that I'm slandering them is going to let you know that I am a slanderer. It's a revealer of my nature. And so Jesus said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so words are revelatory. Words are revelatory. And that's one of the things that you have with the second person of the Trinity, the second person of the Godhead. He is always the revealer of what God is. And you can see that in verse 18. It says, no one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. It literally means he has revealed him. And so nobody's seen God in his fullness at any time, but it's the Son who's revealed him. There's a twofold issue that's taken place there. One of the points that's being made by John here is every revelation of God in the Old Testament, John is saying that's always been the Son. That's always been the Word that has been the revelation of who God is. So you have God appearing to Jacob, you have God appearing to Abraham, you have God appearing to Moses in a couple of different instances. You have God appearing to a number of people in the Old Testament, and Jesus has always been the revealer of who God is, and that's his ministry in the New Testament too. Philip at one point says, Lord, if you just show us the Father, then that'll suffice us. And Jesus goes, Philip, how long have you been with me? Don't you know that he who has seen me has seen the Father? And he's not saying you're looking at the Father. What he's saying is, I am everything that the Father is. I am the revealer of who the Father is. That's what it means. Simply, that is the point that's being made in the passages that talk about Jesus being the Word. What you have is it's kind of the picture of the Son proceeding forth from the Father in the just as a word is proceeding forth from me. The whole issue of Jesus has been compared to Trinitarian example, the Son itself, S-U-N, Son. you have the sun itself, the form of the sun, but the way that we see the sun is because there's light coming off of it. And so we're actually seeing the light. And so the sun projects light, and it not only projects light, but it gives warmth too. And so the sun would be like the Father, and Jesus would be like the light, and the Holy Spirit would be like the warmth. And so all of those things are they're revelatory in that sense. And so Jesus in this passage is the Word, and the Word is with literally the God, and then it says, and God was the Word. And so I think that is specifically what he's talking about in that passage, that Jesus is the revelation of who the Father is. He's the revelation of his heart. He's the revelation of his thoughts. He's obviously the revelation of his actions. He's the revelation.
So it's not just logos or wisdom or truth in general. It's the logos became flesh.
Right.
That is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. We're out of time. Thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully you were blessed today by today's show. If you have questions, email me, crosswalkradio@gmail.com. You can voicemail or text 707-872-7677. We have 2 services Sunday morning, 8:30 and 10:30. I'd love to have you if you're looking for a church or just want to come visit. We have a Sunday night at 6 p.m. and then a Wednesday night tonight at 6:30 p.m. in our indoor sanctuary. What book are you going through on Wednesdays?
Hebrews
Still on Wednesday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs on Sunday nights, and on Sunday mornings you are in Acts.
We've been in Acts. I'm doing some Christmas studies.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
So that's a good time to come. Holiday Christmas
Yeah.
studies. All right. God bless you.